Welcome back again, Pipers. Mark back with you, Pipe Smokers Haven. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday. Mine has been quite eventful. Before I get into what I'm smoking, we got some snow early this morning. Got up, didn't look like it amounted to much. Brushed off the car, got my coffee ready, all that. Brushed off the car, got in, headed to work. Pretty much couldn't do over 45 the whole way there. Probably had 2 inches of snow, but I don't know what they did, if they salted last night. So it just turned to ice or whatever, but the roads were slick as shit and it was pretty bad. Um, so it took me quite a bit longer to get to work. I still wasn't late because I leave early every day, but only to get there and we lost power. Actually, they lost power about 30 minutes before I got to work. So we had all the presses loaded, probably every single tire. Most of those presses are going to be scrap. They figured out they weren't going to get any power back until tomorrow. So I left. I used a half day of vacation and left. Came home, shoveled the driveway. Now I'm smoking. That's another thing that pisses me off about where I work, this company. It's their fault that there's nothing for us to do, yet we have to use vacation instead of them just paying. I'm salary. I'm sorry, but you should send you home and get paid for the rest of the day. I think everyone's starting to understand why I'm trying so hard to get out of there. Anyway, I'm home. My chores are done. Smoking more Ennerdale. Well, I did somewhat of a very short, limited first impression on this. Let me tell you a couple things about it that I've come to realize. This stuff is either very wet, was what it seems like to me, but almost when you rub it out, it almost turns to paste. I mean, it's hard to really break up into fine pieces. Um, that's not a huge deal. It seems to smoke okay, but it is probably the hardest stuff to get lit that I've ever smoked. And I smoke creme brulee like religiously. And I do not have as much trouble keeping that lit as I do, or getting it lit as I do this. And this is a flake. I don't know, but it's really good. I mean, really good. But again, it's a very enjoyable smoke once you get it lit. And I don't want that to talk anybody out of getting it, because I think most people will like it. Like I said in the first impression, it was really hard to describe the tin note, which it is, but I mean, it's Virginia's and Burley's. It's sun cured, but it's got a flavor of almond, vanilla, and fruit. And I guess that's as good of explanation as you can get with the tin note. It's you just have to get it. It's almost like I don't want to describe it as a Play-Doh smell, but it's very unusual. Not something that you would expect with pipe tobacco, but the flavor is just out of this world, and the room note is terrific. And that's really why I buy a tobacco. It's not as much the tin note. It's the flavor of it when I smoke it and the room note of it. and it's awesome. So I'm going to keep buying it. The relighting, that's just part of, I guess you just have to deal with that. But, so how is everybody doing on this Wednesday? I might have said it was Thursday. It's Wednesday. It's actually very pleasant out. It's still snowing, but I can have the door open. Don't have to run the heater. I actually like this. I like smoking outside when, it's low to mid 30s, snowing. I like that. Had my third and hopefully last interview yesterday. It went like the rest. It went well. At least I think it did. I'm assuming they're going well, or I wouldn't keep getting called for another interview. If I had to, I don't know. If I had to give an opinion on it, I think I have a very good chance, which is awesome. I did find out. I asked what the hours are, and she said it'd probably be like 8 to 5, which that goes a little later in the day than what I would like, but you're starting later in the day than what I ever have either, so I can deal with that. Probably get an hour lunch. That's fine. It'll be something different than what I'm used to. We'll just say that. But we'll see. Y'all are probably tired of hearing about that. About how much my job sucks. And you want to hear someone else complain about their job, follow Rock and Steady. Because me and him are like living in symbionts right now, I think. So again, I hope everyone's doing well. Like I've been saying, I got a lot of tobacco to smoke up. I really wish I bought this Interdale at that pipe meeting last Saturday, and I was almost hoping that I didn't really like it that much, so I could continue. But I love it, and once I get a blend like that I really really like, I tend to not smoke anything else for a while. But I will. But, so good, so damn good. This would go good too with probably an alcoholic beverage. Um, Really good actually. It's got that fruity room note and flavor. Next time I might try it. I got some. I got some salted caramel Old Smoky whiskey. I bought that just specific to drink with my pipe, so I'll try that. We got a school right up a couple blocks, and I hear a lot of kids up there, so they must not have canceled school. Which, like I said, we didn't get like an overabundance of snow, but my God, they did not. They weren't ready for it or something because the roads were terrible. They were just slushy and slick. And that snow was heavy when I shoveled it, so it's wet. Now it'll probably get really cold. I hope not. I want to do a couple shout outs to. I found a guy's channel. It's called Old and in the Way. Um, Really good. You need to check out his channel. He's he puts out some good stuff, and also Tamper Scott. He's very active in the community as well. So a couple channels if you haven't already subscribed. I get to work this Saturday again, so not really looking that forward to the rest of the week because I'm working. But hopefully it won't be that much longer. I can get out of these Saturdays every week. Crazy. I really can't understand how in the hell produce. We're one of the larger, rear farm, tractor tire producers. We got a pretty good chunk of the market. I get that, but I cannot believe we're not like. Actually, I shouldn't say that. We're probably one of the smaller, actually. Markets, I would say. You know, Firestone, they're bigger than us, but I cannot believe the amount of tires that if supposedly every tire we're producing is sold. I cannot believe we're selling this many tires with this economy that we're seeing right now. I can't believe it. It's either I just can't believe these farmers are spending this kind of money, especially with the way the prices are and everything. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just feel like the bottom's going to drop out here and where our production's just going to be cut in half or something. Because you figure our customers, you know, people that we're supplying tires to, they have projections like everybody else. And I think right now, with the way the Fed is, the way interest rates are, with everything going on, nobody's being honest with us. Okay, that's my honest opinion. The cost of fuel, the cost of utilities, everything, just the way everything is up, I cannot believe that we're going to have a complete financial catastrophe, and it's going to happen like really soon. The FDIC, there's videos getting leaked out now that they're actually worried about people making a run at the banks. They don't talk about that shit unless they have information, okay, for them to talk about that. And it wasn't supposed to be leaked, but it was. You probably don't have to look that hard on YouTube to find out what I'm talking about because that's where I watched it. They're talking about starting to put out their own propaganda on social media to deter people from taking their money out of the bank because I think there's going to be, I seriously think there is going to be people are going to start pulling their money out because they're worried about whether it's the FDIC only insures like up to 1 or 2% of all the money in the bank. I don't know how many people know that. It's really crazy, and yeah, I think something big is coming on the horizon within this next year. Not good either, unfortunately, but we will see. But I do know when it comes to our media and you're being lied to all the time, 24/7. Your government, the media, their corporate media, their controlled media, all their everything, Ukraine, COVID, it's all bullshit. Okay, it's all coming out. Like I said before, the conspiracy theorists are up like 20 to zip. I don't like to worry people, but people have to be prepared. I mean, how prepared can you be, really? When you're talking about these kind of things. But look at eggs, cost of eggs. Oh, that was because of the whatever, the bird flu or whatever. No, they were having producers destroy all these eggs and kill all these chickens. And this never happened before. You'd think you would see things that have happened before, sometime. No. This is it just seems like everything is being done for a reason, but they're not telling you. It's just really crazy. But what can you do? You can only hope. We will see. So I want to thank everyone for joining and visiting the channel again. I know it wasn't the most positive messages, but I still appreciate you all coming and checking out the content. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And until next time, keep them lit.